Who's ready for a weird one today? I'm feeling in a, I want to say goofy mood, but how about I just say it? I'm in a very gay mood today. That's happy, by the way, before you look at me awkward. And if it ain't, it ain't. Who cares? I could be what I want. Me. And hopefully I didn't make half of you guys. Every Republican in here was like, click. I'm just having fun. Jeez. I mean, if Oompa Trumpa can do it, can't I have a little bit of fun? I mean, allegedly, allegedly. We all know Bubba is called Bubba for a reason. Allegedly.
PlayStation, you got some explaining. What the? I think that there needs to be a full-blown investigation into this shit. Because if you really think about it, no stick has felt the same since I touched that stick, okay? Like, that stick was grippy, it felt different. They definitely chopped that tip off and put that on the stick. There's no way! Like, think about that for a second. When's the last time you felt a stick like that? The texture, the feeling, the rawness of it. That shit needs to be investigated. These motherfuckers definitely were chopping tips off and putting it on the stick. There's no
So no stick has felt the same since you touched that stick and you love that tip and now you want that tip in your what in your life for the rest of your life. So as you enjoy PlayStation and you PlayStation, um what were you talking about again? I'm hungry for some reason.
This is a breakdown of meats cut down from us and how they're distributed and what they're distributed as. You can screenshot this, you can blow it up, but please share and wake up a friend. That's why the curse is still on. Have a good
Now don't get me wrong, those are some choice cuts. That's some good meat, by the way. I was just talking about that. Oh, is that why I clicked on that video? I'm attracted to it now. Maybe I should have a talk with my ex-girlfriends. That's why they're all exes, huh? Oh, lots coming together. Damn, is that why I date lesbian-looking girls? Am I? I gotta go, guys. Anyway, now that I've dealt with all of that, thank you for my therapy. um, yeah, the meat. I mean, you selling your skin would be more valuable than that, and your organs are. You're a millionaire walking liver, kidneys, lung, one day brain. Hopefully, some of you are retarded, so we won't need that. But you get what I'm saying. We can't stem cell your research because you're not a baby anymore, and yeah, but um, I'm not eating your thigh unless you're a pretty girl. Then yum 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 yum.
Don't even believe it's my personal belief after things I've seen. I'm getting chills now. In conversations I've had with billionaires, everybody is not a flesh and blood human being like you are not. Are not. They are not. There are other people who. Well, there are other beings that walk among us, and that is a fact. And the supernatural exists. They paint a picture as all of this stuff doesn't exist because they serve it. I just want to put that out there because, Robert Bigelow said to my face that they walk among us. And he elaborated some more, you feel me? I'm gonna let you control the conversation pace, but I want to throw that in there because too many things take place that are anti-human beings.
This is the topic that a lot of people talk about: reptiles running things and people being shapeshifters. I will admit, I mean, there's some interesting stuff out there, and it's always fun to imagine and dream and think about things. I mean, back a long time ago when we first started, because we tell stories. Grandpa's little fish, when he caught it, was an inch or two. By the time he tells the grandchildren and he gets older, it was a whale. We love to build stories out of nothing. I mean, the sky gods, because we saw the sky. Anything and everything. The tree gods, because we saw a tree. I mean, if it waves and it moves because it's windy and we don't understand it, it is now a living being that is trying to kill us. That's just how we are. But I mean, how do you feel about it? Is it all nonsense, or are we truly in a magical realm that we just grew up and didn't want to see magic anymore?
Prayer is like a creeper. You know what I'm saying? See, you can pray to God and you can pray to demons. But I want to focus on praying to demons. You know what I'm saying? See, the thing is, I've prayed to demons before and I've seen the results.
That was one of the creepiest laughs ever. Do you see the way he went into that? Yeah, I don't know about you. Free will is everything, and I can't interfere with anything you want to do. I could talk to you, I could try to teach you. I think Jesus was an amazing teacher. His father is up there, whatever you want to believe. My father as well is what I meant to say, actually. Our father, whatever, however you want to get it. I'm going to just jumble my words because this is take one and I'm going to mess it all up. Don't worry about it. But anyway, I never said I was a good teacher. Pray to who you want, believe whatever you want. But at the end, every man, woman is responsible for themselves. And while I would love to kick and scream and say, no, my kids, I will die for them, of course I would, I'm trying to teach them better so that they'll be okay when judgment does come for them. And judgment will come for you no matter who it is. Even the devil's got to pay his due one day. So just be careful what you do, who you talk to, and who you pray to.
Every religious leader has never answered questions like, okay, man has free will, right? What did that have to do with Katrina? If God is omnipotent, could he have prevented the monsoon? So I lost my faith right after my bar mitzvah. I started asking rabbis questions because they encouraged me to ask questions. Then I would ask questions of, I interviewed, except for the Pope, every major religious leader. Had a Russian Orthodox Church, had a Mormon Church, Catholic bishops, James Pike, the Episcopal bishop, and there's one that they never have an answer, and their same answer is, we don't question the ways of the Lord, or the Lord has a plan. Do you believe that some mystical figure up there has a plan for you?
I put this one in here so I could take a stab at it. I'm going to try to be as clear as I can. Hopefully this works. If people care about you, your death, horrible as it is, they will strive, work, and change and fix it. We all come down here. Let's say we all come down here. We all go back up. We do it repeatedly once. Who knows? But there's going to be more people coming down here, right? Okay. If children die horribly from diseases, cancer, and you care about it, you'll fix it. You'll change it. You'll make sure they don't do it anymore. It'll make you go for those walks for that money. It'll make you get a degree. If you didn't care that your nephew passed away from it, you wouldn't do it. So the unfortunate part is you have to see it, be attached to it for it to move you. You're not going to do anything if you hear about somebody who's countries away. As much as I feel horrible about it, what can I do is my thought. But I can fix and change and work in my little world right here, my bubble. So when I see something horrible that's right next to me, I try to fix it. So that's why it has to happen. I mean, it's bad, nobody wants it, but you're gonna fix it because of it. So, I mean, it's what it is.
You guys, it was brought to my attention that NASA is taking down tons of its social media websites. Here's the list.
And for shits and giggles, I wanted to see exactly how much revenue space gets from the clothing industry, the gaming industry, the music industry, animation industry, and the film industry. Well, they have to shut it down because cartoons and CGI are not reality. NASA isn't trimming the fat, they are covering their tracks. When CGI is your telescope and Photoshop is your lens, the last thing you want is millions of eyes watching you too closely. The curtain is falling, and people aren't buying the space fantasies anymore.
There was trillions listed in that. Billions upon billions, and then trillions listed. Now hear me out. Let's say this is just me talking. If you want to be able to funnel a bunch of money to black budget military projects, and you're an American citizen, government country, and you know taxes, fees, everything has to be open to the people. If I buy something or put money into it, whatever it is, you have to be able to see it. Freedom of Information Act. Fine. How do you get around that? You funnel a ton of money to this fake industry who just gives you a bunch of photos and things and tells you about it. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure they're working on all kinds of stuff. We do get a lot of things, and they make money off of some of the stuff they invented. They hold patents on things. They make money on that stuff. Don't get me wrong. But you want to get some ships, some boats, some really expensive stuff to fight in your military. And everybody knows 85-90% of all of our money goes to the damn military. But because we want to be the strongest, we want to rule the world. And if you don't think that's what we're trying to do, then you're probably an American citizen, because everybody else knows this.
So many people have noticed, I know I have, but in the past few years, something's just off with our food. Especially when it comes to meat, whether it's from a restaurant or a grocery store. But if you haven't noticed and you don't know what I'm talking about, here's an example.
I bought this chicken at a local grocery store, and immediately it started falling apart as I was getting ready to bread
It looks so
put
stringy.
it in the fryer. It started.
And here's another one.
What would you do if somebody fed you a steak that was pure mush? That's the inside of the steak. The whole steak just turns to mush.
There was even a man in Florida this past July where the meat inside of his steak looked like chewing gum.
I've seen that one.
Now there's a few people out there that think that they know what this is. Because when you bring up this subject, people's minds, including my own, go straight to lab grown because it just kind of makes sense. But the truth is, although it is approved, lab grown meat hasn't hit the shelves in the United States yet. Oh, in Canada, you might want to pay attention because this pertains to you too. But even when lab grown does hit the shelves, regulations are already in place for it to be labeled as cell-cultivated meat. So at least you got some kind of idea of what you're buying. And that would mean technically lab-grown couldn't be what we're seeing because this has been going on for a while now. So what is it? You ready for the clue? Well, it's none other than Tom Brady and his clone dog.
Yeah, why would he clone his
See,
dog?
cloning animals has been around for a while now. The first cloned sheep was back in 1996. But what the majority of people don't know is that the cloning of farm animals, especially livestock, has been going on for a long time. But what's a little more unsettling is that the FDA approved cloned meat to be sold to the American public back in 2008.
Get him out of here. They gotta
And just
go.
to put that into perspective, it's been almost 20 years since then. That means there could be a farm that has a field full of cows that's essentially the same cow, just different edits. And speaking of edits, for me personally, that's the scariest part. See, gene editing and cloning go hand in hand. So with gene editing, when you clone something, you can either take away or add anything you want to the next embryo. In fact, that sort of thing is already happening with livestock. With pigs mostly. Now you would think with all the cloning and gene editing and messing with the DNA of the food that we're eating, there would be some kind of hint that we're buying this meat, right? Nope, not at all. It never has. The FDA says that cloned meat is the exact same as the original, so it doesn't even need a label.
Wins.
In Canada, get ready, because the same thing goes for you when it hits the shelves in the next couple of months. Now, if you're anything like me, when you start talking about clones, gene editing, DNA, and livestock, one name comes to mind. And that's Bill Gates and the
Oh,
massive
Billy.
amounts of farmland that he owns. Makes a whole lot of sense now, doesn't it? Oh, and the other name that comes to mind is China and the 380,000 acres of farmland they own here in the U.S.
Yeah. How did we let him
and
get that much
super
farmland?
cows they were bragging about a couple years ago. But you know what? I'm probably just overthinking it, right?
Everything we breed to become bigger, better. For some animals, it's fatter. For other ones, it's stronger. These are things that, genetically we've been trying to do for years. Now, imagine you get one freak of nature. He is massive. So you clone him. And you clone him a lot. Now, I don't know if the clones are stupider. They say, I don't know. I'm not a scientist like that. I'm not a clonologist. But they get worse, 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 worse. And I don't know if that's because you're cloning the clone, or if you clone once from the being and just keep going from that, will it maintain as in the first clone all the way down, even though it's 1,000 times later? I mean, it makes perfect sense to me that they would start cloning an animal that is massive, and then from there want to hold on to his genes, his DNA, hers, whatever it is, and just keep going. I don't know. I know they've already done it, and they're CRISPRing people, and China has 20 babies that were born that their IQ is over 200. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in the next 20, 30 years when they grow up, but imagine if we did that 1,000, 100, I don't know, just another 50 times. We would have a bunch of people around here that would be genetically advanced and better than a lot of us. And at what point does it become, oh, you're just human? Oh, gross. You have no advancements? You were born that way? Sick. And the people that are born naturally have diseases, problems. They're born with defaults. My brother's got like 4 nipples. It happens. Stuff happens. I mean, what if they just don't like the earlobes that go this way? And like Biden, you just clone a person and get a different earlobe. I don't know. Just make them taller the next time you see him like Biden. I don't know. Who knows? But what do you think about it? I've talked enough. Can you talk to me now, please? I'll just... Oh, write it at the bottom. Write it at the bottom.
Hey, wait. Because that was it again, right there, right there. Wait.
I don't like this.
You see that? Right there. Look.
Oh my god. It's not an animal. I don't like it.
I keep seeing these videos, and it looks pretty convincing. I mean, the chameleon changes its skin color, it camouflages. There's octopuses that do amazing jobs where there's a brain in each tentacle, and that thing really changes. It mimics, it does everything that look like something. Maybe there's just an animal out there that camouflages really well, and we can't see it. Do you think that's possible? Is it Bigfoot? What do you think it is?
Driver is asking the internet, what in the world did he drive up to? Zooming in, it does look like a child, but the way that he was moving, my discernment screams something's just not right about this, and he was right, the driver, just to get up out of there.
What the was that?
Oh, that's wild. It reads, I took this picture of my boss lifting the door to a storage unit, which is, I would hate to be a ghost haunting a storage unit.
Although you have to imagine there are a lot of them, because storage units oftentimes just collect people's stuff even after they die.
Right.
People estate sales while they're moving things around. It might be the first location that a haunted object goes to after a tragedy.
And I captured this. He was still reaching up to open the door when I snapped it, and it looks like they caught a teenage boy who was in his emo phase.
Zoom in on his neck, and that's what I thought the injury point was.
Yeah.
It's either that,
when you zoom in, you actually get a good look at his face. He kind of looks like Adam Driver. It's unnerving to get that close. Actually, now that we've enlarged it, he is.
I like him from afar.
Yeah, the further away he is, the more I'm like, oh yeah, he's just chilling in.
He's just a cool guy.
He's a cool guy. But when you get close, you're like, oh no.
Has the veil gone down? Have you noticed that these photos of beings, I mean, you could see the wound on his neck. Everything is looking a lot clearer. Something's wrong. Something's off. I mean, are we going to be okay?
Say they have private conversations and then all of a sudden they see advertisements for it on their phone. What if these companies have found a way to tap into this frequency that our body is emitting? Did you know that the human body emits a frequency? The frequency is called IEEE 802.15.6. Is a standard for short-range, low-power, and highly reliable wireless communication in, on, and around the human body. So the human body emits a frequency that someone can log into, just like how we log into a hotspot or into a Wi-Fi network. What if someone can log on to our network? You know how people say they have private conversations and then all of a sudden they see advertisements for it on their phone? What if these companies have found a way to tap into this frequency that our body is emitting? If our body is emitting a frequency, then there's no way that they're not using our phones to tap into that frequency. And people can take over computers through a encrypted website link. I'm sure they have found a way to take over our computer.
So I wrapped my entire house in aluminum foil, and people thought I was just cooking something inside. It was really weird, the comments I got from the neighbors. Like, what are you making? What? Huh? I know it's Thanksgiving soon, but what?
Compensation. It's not like I'm going to go out and buy a yacht with it or something. It's just that if I'm going to build up Optimus and have all these robots out there, I need to make sure we do not have a Terminator scenario. Maximize the safety of the robots. And I feel like I need to have something like a 25% vote, which is enough of a vote to have a strong influence. But not so much of a vote that I can't be fired if I go insane. But my concern would be, creating this army of robots and then being fired for political reasons because ISIS and Glass Lewis fire me effectively, or the activists at those firms fire me, even though I've done everything right.
Yeah.
That's my concern. And then I cannot ensure the safety of the robots.
If you don't get that vote, it doesn't go your way. It looks like it's going to. Would you leave? I mean, is that even in the cards? I heard the board was very concerned about that.
Let's just say I'm not going to build a robot army if I can be easily kicked out.
I love how he said just enough that if I go insane, you could still fire me. What a nice guy. No, but yeah, I give him credit for the whole, like, I'm not building a robot army for you to just take it away from me. I want to kill people and do all kinds of weird stuff with a robot army. Allegedly. Is that why they have arms like that? Oh, have you seen the other ones with the I would never want a woman who literally did everything I told her to and was way better than every girl I ever met and never said anything foul, always said she loved me and would do anything for me, and then just ran and did it with a smile and a thank you. And I didn't have to say anything to her, ask about her day. I didn't even have to care about her. I would hate that. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it.
Nice. Wow.
Don't worry, everyone. That wasn't real. That was footage shot to show what not to do and what could have happened. They all died.
Customer states their TPMS light is on. Where is the rim? Where is the rim? Where's the rim? Why can my hand go through here? Why do I see the tire? Where is the rim? Customer states their TPMS light is on. Where is the rim? Where is the rim? Where's the rim? Why can my hand go through here? Why do I see the tire? Where is...
You ever watch those customer states videos? Yeah, I wasn't in any of them. not poor and just needed to drive to work.
You ever heard that old story that Eisenhower made a deal with the aliens to abduct people from the national parks in the United States, and that's why we have all these suspicious disappearances from the national parks? I have too, and I kind of believe it, because look, it looks like national parks tend to be a UFO hotspot for the past 23 years. Why is that? But I'm not done. And then when you lay the missing people in national parks map on top of the UFO sighting map, it just becomes so much more clear, right? And then to top it all off, when people go missing under suspicious circumstances in the national park, a lot of times they leave behind no physical evidence, not even a trail for the dog to pick up on. And then if they are found, many are found with no shoes and no socks, but clean feet. And again, if they are found, they are usually found 10 to hundreds of miles away from where they started or where they went missing from. And if they're alive, they have no memory of how they got there or what happened to them. A perfect example of this really scary phenomenon is baby Jared.
So the story she was about to go into was this little boy who had been lost for days and went something like 20 miles uphill with no shoes on or jacket. And he said another version of his grandma Cappy was there, and she didn't show up till the end, but she grabbed him by his hand, walked him where he needed to turn himself in to be found, and then told him to go by himself the rest of the way. Now, people who go up in high elevation, they start imagining things. They start saying there's a hiker that goes with them, shows up, whatever, friendly, and gives them great advice, keeps them motivated, and pushes them to finish. All at the same time, sitting there and telling stories. One guy said he made a camp with the guy at night and was, at the fire talking with them. And the next day they kept going. But I don't know who they are or what they are. Maybe your guiding angel, something angel. I don't know. What do you think it is? A demon that just messing with you?
Cone pines in California, their rings narrowed almost nothing for years. At the same time, the trees in Scandinavia did.
How old are these trees again?
World.
How old are these trees again?
It would have been 40. Yeah, there you go. Steve, man, you put Jamie to shame, man. Look at that. Bailey noticed indications of severe environmental downturns around 2354, 1628. See how close that is to 1700? 1159, 208, and AD 540, every tree on Earth stopped growing. Now, you tell me what causes it.
There was a time, the Little Ice Age, which gave rise to the Stradivarius because the wood was thicker, stronger, because there wasn't much sun going out at that time. So throughout history, we are aware of these times where the trees weren't growing, things happened. There's a layer everywhere that looks like it could have been from Noah's flood. I mean, everybody agrees on it who's online, but scientists don't for some reason. I mean, who really knows? There's explosions out there. It looks like we have some sort of nuclear reactions that have happened within the Earth from thousands of years ago. We have no idea what that's about. There's so much about this planet that we don't understand. I mean, we've only dug, I want to say, a few miles down. Unless you really go down there, unless you really look, you can't say for sure. We can tell you what we think. We could tell you what's possible, but I mean, even finding these oceans or under our mantle, we don't know. We really don't know. That's what's the fun about it, right? What do you guys think? You tell me. I want to hear some theories on what you think is going on inside of our planet. Is it rotating backwards weird? Is there Morlocks down there? Is there giants? Is there another planet, another sun? I don't know. You tell me.
In Washington, D.C., there are 23 major zodiacs in that city, more than any other city in the world. One other thing you're going to love, I don't think it's not on this map. In the earliest plat of Washington, D.C., all the lots are numbered, except one. You get up to 665, and then it jumps to 667, 668. So what's missing? 666. 666. And guess what sits on that lot today? The capital of the United States. Now, it's accepted by historians that the French Revolution was fomented by the Illuminati. George Washington, big Masonic. So they're passing along the ancient mysteries through Freemasonry. By the way, if you think that the Illuminati is just something you can laugh at and just some kind of boogaboo. Here's a letter in 1782 from George Washington where he said, "It was not my intention to doubt that the doctrines of the Illuminati had not spread to the United States. On the contrary, no one is more fully satisfied of that fact than I am." These guys knew more about what was going on than we do today with all our modern technology and all our electronic.
I would like to say if you stare at something long enough, you can make it turn into anything. I mean, if I jump through leaps and hoops and bounds, I can go, yep, up, down, left, right, and then from this side over here and that and that. Like, you can make it fit somehow. That's not a problem. I mean, everybody online is making it happen. But yeah, the world is flat and everyone's lying to you. They're all in on it. 33% of angels, let's say that's 33 million. Then a whole bunch of people sell their souls. Now they're living forever, but just keep coming back through med beds or some vampire blood situation, which means we are literally surrounded by tons of them. And if they're all playing different roles, that means there's really not that many people on TV as you think. So the club is getting smaller and smaller, and we're surrounded by them. So good luck to you. I'll be out there fighting with you though, don't worry. I got your back.
Z Drezna, a później właśnie kobiety, które tym się zajmowały na co dzień, ją malowały. I powiem szczerze, jeżeli byśmy postawili chłopską, mieszczańską i szlachecką taką skrzynię, to różniły się tylko odbiorem motywów ściąganych z dwóch. Także były...
Mogę zacząć od tego, jak długo ta tradycja się pojawia, i co w takiej skrzyni było po tym, że jest przepiękną skrzynią, bo to jest esencja.
To te skrzynie prawdopodobnie przybywały do nas z Półwyspu Bałkańskiego, przed migracją ludów i pojawiły się u nas pod koniec XVII wieku. Przetrwały do początku XX wieku, ponieważ potem zostały wyparte po prostu pieniądze. No też można tak powiedzieć. Skrzynia była wielkością zależna od tego, jak panna miała pomysł.
Nie każdy tydzień od takiego wspaniałego poniedziałku. Dziękujemy, że Państwo są z nami, a już będzie do tych wszystkich pięknych środników, które wymieniłeś, będzie również na bogato, ale to za moment. Za chwilę w tygodniu na śniadanie sentymentalna podróż w czasie.
Stop giving that poor thing that many. You know what I'm talking about. He's twisting and doing the, and that ain't right. Stop getting, how much did you give him? Can I have some? Share with me, please? I'll take it. Yeah, allegedly, I would never say nothing for sure, but that was a damn alien ship. Did you see that alien ship? Of course you didn't, because it was an alien ship that was covered by some fake clouds, but it was an alien ship covered by some fake clouds, allegedly, because I never said nothing for real, but that was for real. Man, it's just algae. Get an algae eater and leave it right there. Costs like $2 at the pet store. This is algae.
Is that's a lava nado or a volcano nado? That is a tornado from a volcano. We got to capture a bit more of that.
Sir, that is called a vornado. And all of you owe me 5 cents when you say it right now. I know you're saying it right now. Send me my 5 cents. I want my 5 cents, damn it.
This might be a big one. Yeah, here it is. That's a big one.
I would not be standing there.
Wow. Oh my God. I got to get the hell out of here.
Did you see? We got the guy who was upstairs. It's a big one. That's what she said. But how, if you knew that was gonna happen and come in, why'd you stand there and then just look at it and watch it and then float away like a jackass? Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
To watch that movie now.
So I've been doing some research. Turns out, look at this image here on the Boogosphere. Hang on, hold that thought, okay? Look at it. With little dots at the end of these weird things. Now this is the image of DARPA. And if you don't know who DARPA is, you should look it up. Will follow me and you'll learn. But that's DARPA's
chip in the brain.
Boogosphere. DARPA. Boogosphere. So by having writing on it that humans can't, or non-DARPA people can't read, would make sense, because if it went into the wrong hands, which it did, then people wouldn't understand what it is. Just throwing it out there. I mean, I've never designed an image like that.
They
and
do
I wouldn't
look
put
similar.
it on a sphere unless there's a reason. I'll let you figure out.
So now the Boogosphere came from DARPA? Is that what happened? Somebody actually showed that on paper robe on the main paper, the guy in all white with the fish hat. I don't know. It's kind of weird. What do you think?
Walmart, why are you selling this shirt? People don't like this shirt. They saying that it has to do something. What? Something that starts with the letter N. Now, this shirt can mean so many things. If you know, you know, and you don't know nothing, and neither do I. But I know that something is up with this shirt. Not only that, guys, they got sweatshirts. Sweatshirts, too. Shh, shut up. What is going on out here, guys? If you thought that was enough, they got hoodies, too, dogs.
They are definitely trying to start stuff out here. People are falling for it. Man,
what is this? Walmart, why are you doing this? Because before that, Walmart was selling shirts like this. It was way better. Why would they switch it up? I have no idea. That's why I'm asking you. This shirt right now is being sold at Walmart. You know what this is about. It's about nothing, because this is for entertainment purposes only, and this is a shirt saying rock, paper, scissors. Remember that game? But why is the light-skinned hand over the dark-skinned hand? Huh? I don't know. It's just a question that people are asking, so I'm asking the same question that people are asking. Because this shirt was more neutral. Don't you agree? Shh. Shut up. I don't know. Something's up. Let me know.
Okay, who else out there? Look. Be reasonable. I'm not racist. Who out there also said, and when it starts with the letter N, you looked at his black ass and said, who else did it? It wasn't just me, right? It wasn't just me. Am I racist? It wasn't just me. And by the way, this is the first time I'll be able to say, if you know, you know. Because I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I have no idea what he's talking about. By the way, if you have a good idea, patent it, because people will steal it from you. Have you ever heard of money? Money is a thing. Everybody wants it, and they will take it from you if they can. Yes, you have learned something new today. Money's a thing. I couldn't think of a better way to end this episode. If you know, you know. I don't know. I hate when people say that, because you're looking at them like, fool, you don't know. That's why you said that, because you have no idea. Otherwise, you'd explain it. Anyway, yeah, watch another video with me, yeah? If not, forget you. I don't care. I don't even like you anyway. Let me get your number, though, for real. Can I at least get your Insta? It's the same thing as a number, right? I'll just follow you, like all your stuff, and be really creepy about it and never actually talk to you. Why don't I just get your phone number? That's stupid. Anyway, leave a comment. You know, these videos don't push without a comment. And people can't respond and talk to you without a comment. Leave a comment. Did I just ruin it? No one's gonna leave a comment. No. You're gonna leave a comment calling me a jackass. Yeah, I bet. Okay. I kind of deserve it on this one.